rail transportation. This one is also one of the most important mode of transportation for many reasons. And actually, it is one of the oldest, apart from the maritime transportation, but this one is also one of the oldest mode of transportation. And as I also indicated last time when we had an introduction to this, I said it is a mode of transportation that has contributed greatly to the industrialization of many countries in Africa, in Europe, and beyond, even in Malawi here. Actually, it has its own significance. Why? Because it is fast and because it is least affected by usual weather, adverse weather conditions or turbulences. For example, rain, fog, as compared to other modes of transportation. This one is free from those ones. It is also well organized mode of transportation. Why? Because it has, most of the time, it has fixed schedules. So, that being the case, it is one of the most rapid ones. Of course, we have a lot more advantages and strengths that are coming in the following slides and these slides. So, what name is given to that person who is responsible for managing this that vehicle or the train? That one is called a locomotive pilot, or others are calling a loco pilot. This is the driver now in this engine, that train engine, the loco pilot. In Malawi here, we haven't yet exploited this mode of transportation, and it is so unfortunate. We were not supposed to do so. Because, for example, so far, I think the less than 1,000 kilometers, of railway is what we have right now. The modal one, for example, we have those two modal routes. One from Nsanje, that is the border between Malawi and Mozambique. There is a train station there, a major train station. That's the port of entry when you're coming from Mozambique. We call it Mara. Mara border. Then that one runs through up to Mjinji here, and it covers that distance, almost close to 700 kilometers or somewhere around. And then we have another one, which is connecting Mkaya and Baraka. From Mkaya to Nayuchi in Mozambique, that is, it covers somewhere around there. Then there are some other stretches that have not been recorded as I was recording this ones. And together, they give us something, I think 800 or somewhere around, but we are not getting even up to 1,000 kilometers of this connectivity. Whereas in some other countries, for example, if you look at the entire Africa, we have this much distance covered by this railway network. Whereas in the US alone, we have that much. These figures are only here to show us how behind we are. We are yet to exploit this mode of transportation. Now, we have these advantages that are there. It is something which is a bit more reliable, it is dependable. And
I think the significance is different from the advantage.
What do you think? What do you think? In your opinion? Let us share your opinion and probably we will get something from that. And you can go with it from that.
So when we were doing the advantages the last time, the things we mentioned in the significance were the advantages. So in this line, it's very differentiated.
When you're saying something is significant, this one is significant, right? We can say this thing is important and beneficial, right? This thing is important and beneficial. For example, this one is significant. This is important and beneficial. At the same time, then, the other question is how important is this thing? How beneficial is this thing? Then we say it has this, and that. So when we are saying this one is important and beneficial, it is possible. We can also mention the individual importance, individual usefulness of that particular thing. We can also mention it in significance. So when you say this one is significant, in other words, you are only trying to say this is important and beneficial. But how beneficial is it? Then you list down how, or maybe you go individually into those individual significant points now. Then you say that's the importance of the benefits. Como as conselhos não tratam do fim da baixa, this thing is important. Now to narrow down and say how important is this one, then we list down the points, then we say those are the benefits. But otherwise, we are all talking about the same thing. Then we are saying this one is more dependable and is well organized, and of course, high speed over long distances, and those are some of the advantages. And of course, suitable for bargaining and heavy goods. And some of the advantages that will make it, or that will compel the users to opt for this one over the other. So, as we proceed, there's a safety in there, and of course we say it is cheaper, and of course we also saw this one last time we were introducing it. Using this one can be more cost effective, especially to the producers, if they are producers and they are trying to import things or they are trying to get raw materials from elsewhere. The cost of transporting these things becomes a bit cheaper. Whereas when it comes to capacity, there is always large capacity. Now, the capacity of a railway is always elastic. How elastic is it? It is because if there is so much cargo being transported and the wagons that are there are not enough, you can add more wagons so as to expand the capacity. So that's another advantage. But we have those weaknesses or limitations. Huge capital outlay requires a lot of capital to put up the railway lines and so on and so forth. There is a lack of flexibility due to rigid schedules, and there is also monopoly. So when we say monopoly, somebody monopolizes a particular business where no other person is also doing the same. So we can say this one is monopolizing this by not allowing others to do the same. So in most cases, these railway companies are owned by the state or the government, or where they are being owned by private companies, but they are not many. For example, here there is a company that is running the railway services in Malawi. Previously, we used to have the Malawi Railways, but then later it was privatized. I think somewhere around 1999, and some other private player came in, and that we used to call that one SIA, Central East African Railways. And then now SIA is working hand in hand with another company. We call that one Nakala Logistics. Nakala Logistics is the one now that is now a company that is operating the railway services in Malawi. And of course, now there is also another company that is in and is operating on behalf of SIA. So in other words, this other company now bought a concession from the SIA, Central East African Railway Company. Now, since this other company, since this other company has now bought a concession, is now operating the services on behalf of SIA, this company is called a concessionaire. This company is called a concessionaire. Now, a concessionaire is a company that is allowed to operate these services but using infrastructures belonging to some other uh, company. Central East African Railway owns the railway lines. Oman now is not operating. Then some other company came in, for example, Valley Logistics came in and is now operating. It means Valley Logistics in this case is a concessionaire. It has bought a concession. Akubisa nchito zipangizo zao kumaliza SIA kama Central East African Railway Company. So anyway, tunalibanganya Multimodal. Uti, nthawi zambiri chifukwa ena kuti railway imaswekera katuituka kwambiri siyamira nanga pake. So imaka business yoti ndi munthu mmodzi kapena company imodzi imene kupanga. As a result, there is always poor service delivery because there is no competition. It is unsuitable for short distances and small roads, and of course there is no rural connectivity due to huge capital requirements. Last but not least, there is what we call underutilized capacity. So, for railway operations to be economical or to be economically viable, there should be at least so much road to be transported. Otherwise, if the wagons are just running like that without much road, definitely it is a loss. Because operating those ones can be a little more expensive, as some of them use diesel, use electricity, and so on and so forth. So just running up and down with that, but without carrying much cargo can be a bit of a disadvantage. So, as it has very large carrying capacity, and the utilization of that capacity can be of great financial problem. It's a great financial problem, so to say.
Centralized administration, see,
So not related. Okay, if we take the example of the concessionaire that we just mentioned, for example, Valley Logistics. That one is a monopoly on this one. That's the test. It's a monopoly because we do not have that one doesn't have competitors. It's just one single company that is doing this. But again, the way this company administers or does its job, it is more centralized. There is no flexibility. There is one authority at the top, and that one is the one that controls everything. So that centralization is within the monopolized company. That's what we're talking about here. So these two are different. Now then, we have what we call NCP. This one is another topic. Alright, let's go.
Can you answer me on the authority, central administration? Isn't each transportation company with its own authority? So how is that a disadvantage?
Centralized.
Okay, when somebody or when something is centralized, there are always high chances of what we call
No, I'm saying not every transportation has its own authority.
Yes.
So how is that to be a disadvantage only on railway? In the other modes of transport, we haven't said that to be a disadvantage.
Most services in Namaka want some prices.
There are some other transport modes that are also centralized, but others are not really centralized, they are decentralized. For example, when we were looking at a carriage by air, Then we look at spoke and how and spoke model, right? With how and spoke model, there is no centralization, there is decentralization because that model involves multiple airlines but completing one, probably one channel, right? One flight.
Yeah.
So, with that one, there is no centralization because this airline here can say we are flying from here to Kenya, for example. This one is under the administration of an airline.
Okay, sir.
So that one becomes a disadvantage. Kwa hiyo unazurusi kama ha necessary days ngaramina